Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Rewrite. Let's continue the story, and thank you for your comments under the previous episodes. You've clarified two things for me at the time when I'm recording this. So first thing first is that I mistook what I've read. So when Kotaro was talking about the girl he saved, he wasn't talking about the spirit, because it was like he was like thinking about the girl he saved, and he was saying that the spirit is looking down at me or something like that. So it's not like, you know, he never said that the girl I saved, like her spirit is looking down on me. So that's not the case. So this is clarified. So thanks for pointing my error there. And also another thing that I forgot about actually, because I knew that they were like these like reality shifts before, right? Like he was like all over the place all the time, right? But I forgot that at some point he mentioned like the vending machine was like made with stone or something like this. This is another thing that I actually totally forgot about, so thank you for clarifying and a reminder of that. So we actually had like little tips and insights for this before, and I just forgot. So yeah, good to have you in the comments. So yeah, I can understand more of the story thanks to you. So yeah, with that, I think we will go. The Kotori Road. Let's continue. We're going to try and find Kotori, I guess, right? I'm standing in front of Kambe House. The impression of her within me still remains dim, like that of the pebble on the road. It's extremely strange. It's far different than simply forgetting. It's easy to understand Kambe Kotori was someone important to me from my memories alone. But as far as my emotions are concerned, I have no special feeling for her compared to anyone else. Okay, interesting. On top of everything else, I'm self-aware of the discrepancy. An illness in the brain. I survived what was supposed to be a lethal injury before. Having a faulty brain feels similar to living in a house that's on the verge of collapsing beneath you. There's nothing worse than being unable to trust your own memories or feelings. All people need a place to belong. And if it feels vague to me, all I have to do is confirm it. I check my phone. I still haven't received anything from Kotori. I probably wouldn't have remembered that if Yoshino hadn't punched me. Yep, probably. Yoshino's been MVP in the previous episodes. As such, I decide on how I'm going to break in. It's easy. Beyond easy. Okay. Well, entering an average person's house is never really hard. Okay. I can jump over any fence in a single leap. I guess, yeah, you are strong. You can also probably just break window or something easily. I just have to take care that nobody sees me. I don't believe it, this guy is still here. Unusual increase in lust in this area. Who is this guy? Why he's guarding Kotori house from Kotaro? Like, it's like he's like specifically designed for this. What is this guy? I was almost caught by the policeman that appears at the most inopportune times. Jesus, these words. What's up with that guy? It's like he has a sixth sense or something. Yeah. At this point, I don't even know if this guy is actually like important and he's made to do this by someone, or he's just a meme. I don't even know anymore. Besides, I'm not any more lustful than average high schooler, and I wasn't even thinking about it in my current situation. In any case, he won't be able to see me through the fence if I quickly get to the other side. As long as I clear that, I can break into Kotori's house with no problem at all. It doesn't even matter if her parents are actually in. I would just apologize and ask for answers. I look for and unlock the door. I don't think like you will unlock the door if everyone is out. Unless they actually forgot to lock something. But I guess I could say there. There isn't one, yep. I can break a window and get inside that way, but I want to try something before going the road. Alright, that window. Okay, what do you mean? It's locked, but there's a small opening between it and the windowsill. Okay, so we're going to try somehow open it. Small gap about the width of the piece of paper. I take out a small knife. Okay. Master unlocker lockpicker. Lockpicking guy, yeah. These days, you can get in trouble with the police just for having one of these. It won't hurt, it won't hurt. I run a knife along my right wrist. What the fuck? Why would you hurt yourself on the wrist? I mean, I think like you could wait, did I remember something wrongly again? Can you remind me? I thought like when he was like training with these blades, I thought like he can summon them without like cutting himself, or was he already injured? And I just didn't pay attention. I know that he gets like weaker every time because like it's like I don't know why. Wait. Yeah, he gets weaker every time he uses it. Yeah, it's like solidify into like red later, so it's like his blood, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. But like during this like little training arc, he never like been mentioned to cut his wrist. So I think I just forgot. Okay, never mind. Never mind then. Well, that's very inconvenient power. A line appears and spreads. I'm not bleeding. Instead, a glimmer of aurora gushes out of my wrist. It's easier to summon it when I have a wand around that area. Oh, so you can summon this actually without the wand. Okay, so I was correct. Okay, so I've been just confused to why you have to do this. So it's just faster and easier this way. Okay. I can manifest it without hurting myself. Okay, thanks. But it feels kind of sluggish, and the overall quality of the blade decreases. The aurora shape stabilizes if I let it gush out through a wound, which makes it a lot easier to maintain. In short, hurting myself improves its efficiency. Alright, go. Aurora dips down my wrist, and after forming a membrane, it slips through the gap. Okay. It takes about the same time as normal to start hardening. I quickly imagine its shape. Image. Okay. Trace on. I don't need to turn it into a weapon this time, so I just shape it into a hook. That's very convenient power, actually. Yeah. It retains its shape, as per my orders, undoes the latch, locking the window. Oh, okay, cool. Love it. I release the aurora. It turns into dust and scatters into the air. Open the window. I open the window, take off my shoes and climb inside. I look around. I can't see anything unusual. The campus house doesn't feel like it's being lived in. Family of three would feel their place with a unique vibe, even when they are absent. But this house doesn't have it. Very interesting. So it feels like it's been abandoned for the long time? Ah. Was Kotori going to school without living in her house, actually? We just assumed that she lives there. The fridge is next to empty too. Dishes hidden in the cupboards don't appear to see much use either. That's just my impression though, and I don't want to rush to any conclusion from it. But it really doesn't feel like Kotori is living here with her parents. What is going on? Okay. And what's the smell? It's something I don't run into often on my daily life. But it also feels somewhat familiar. Okay. The hell? My senses affect my sense of smell as well. I follow the trail. What do you find? It looks like a small locker. It's probably Tori's dad room. It looks quite sturdy though. It's affixed to the wall and the floor so it can be moved. Wait, what? Oh, locker of... yeah, okay. Its door. It's hanging open though. Oh, someone break into this. Or someone just opened this and just left it open. I don't know if this is damaged. It appears to have a pretty strong lock, but that's no use if the owner didn't bother to actually lock it. Okay, so it's just open. The scent strengthens as I open it fully. Okay. Gunpowder. Huh. I consider what that implies. It's locker for firearms. Okay. If memory serves me correctly, Kotori's dad is a member of the hunting association. In other words, he's the registered hunter. A lot of dangerous animals used to inhabit the area around Kazamatsuri, and as such, a disproportionate number of hunters live here. The locker must have contained a hunting rifle. It doesn't anymore though. Okay, someone took it, or the dad took it before leaving. Where are they? Why they're not here? How long is this house abandoned actually? Did Kotori never actually came back here? During the last few weeks when she came back? For how long? Is that the case? It's empty. In short, I'm starting to doubt this sudden school transfer story. Yep. So maybe they escaped. Like Dad took the hunting rifle to protect his family basically, and they are escaping from something. It smells fishy. But it's too early to make assumptions. I need to gather more information. Next up is Kotori's room. I feel guilty, but not enough to stop my investigation. The room looks feminine enough, but I feel like it doesn't have as many things as it should. And then there's that bookshelf. That one is pretty fantastical. But not in the sense that it contains fantasy novels. Instead of titles, it should probably list them. I should probably list them by the subject. Okay. Medicine, geography, geology, history, botany, ethnology, gardening, biology, ecology, zoology. Jesus, Kotori really loves her environment. All these books are studied in the giant shelf that covers the entire wall. I almost feel like I'm in the library. There isn't a single book that a normal girl Kotori's age would read. Yeah, she kinda loves plants and gardening and stuff, so it's just her hobby. But that's a lot of books of different genres. I don't have time to go through these and untangle her inspirations. That said, I'm not sure how to interpret this. Medicine, geography, geology, history, botany, ethnology, gardening, biology, ecology, zoology. Botany, I get this. I don't know, why medicine? It doesn't sound like she would be into medicine, but on the other hand, it seems like from the memory, from the backstory, that she saved Kotaro at some point from some accident that we remember, right? So she must know, or maybe she started to reading about medicine maybe more after that accident or whatever that happened. Something happened backstory, we remember. So after that event, maybe she started actually reading stuff about medicine, so she can help more efficiently, basically. There's something that doesn't belong. For example, the gardening books kind of stand out. Though I suppose it overlaps with botany to an extent, yeah? She's reading those things because she wanted to know. But what did she want to know exactly? I have no recollection of hearing say. She wanted to become the scientist. I mean, she just wanted to know more about plants, that she's gardening and stuff like this. Like, gardening is her hobby, so I don't think like it's awfully like Kotaro is awfully suspicious about this. I don't think like there's like anything suspicious about this, to be honest. It's just like everyone have their own books, like, and we know that she's like kind of gardening freak. She knows everything about the gardening, so yeah, gardening, botany, like that's something I would expect Kotori to be like just reading all over the place. The fastest way to figure out the general idea of something is by reading everything you can get your hands on. Kotori is researching the system. What? The overall outline of our planet. Okay, you are going kind of overboard, Kotaro. I don't think that's the case. You're thinking too big. But in that case, there's other books that stand out even more. Medicine and ethnology. Yeah, medicine, I said why I think like she might be into this. Ethnology? Yeah, that one is weird. Those are obviously focused on humans. Well, I suppose you could say that geography and history are too. History, kinda weird, I guess. But on the other hand, it might give you like... Actually, it should be in the botany category, never mind. Geography is kinda with botany territory because you can find different plants on different areas. Maybe history kinda too, because some species are like extinct. History is the most weird one, and the ethnology, I think. But it feels like like that wasn't the case for Kotori. To her, all those books belonged to one theme. I tried flipping through a few pages of one of them. There are many books about Celtic mythology. Okay, that's interesting. I've heard some of those words in video games, but the rest makes little sense to me. I can't figure out the overcharging connection between those books. What does having another mustache of technical books imply? Intuition strikes my brain. Okay. Two completely unrelated threads suddenly come together. Am I being crazy? No? I already knew it on some level. Okay. Chibimov. Okay, I guess that makes sense, because Chibimov, like Kotori said like it's a dog, but it's not a dog, like it's clearly not a dog. So she just like kinda bullshit everyone around by saying it's a dog, but in reality she tries to figure out what Chibimov really is. Huh. Maybe? Mammoth. I thought suddenly become clouded. The pygmy mammoth. Chibimov. Chibimov is a mammoth. Jesus. Chibimov wasn't a dog, he was a mammoth. Yeah, seems like it. Intense news assaults me at the moment I put it into words. I mean, what dog can like just like roll over people like that? Also, wasn't like that. Okay, but it wasn't a mammoth. Like these like polygamy mammoth or whatever they are supposed to only be visible on the camera, right? At least that's what the article said. But yeah, I guess like Kotori needed like some knowledge if like she like if Chibimov would like get sick or something, then she would need to like somehow treat him. Anyway, yeah. Obviously she knew that it's not a dog. She just bullshit us into like thinking that it's a dog. I knew it. My body's rejecting those thoughts. It's a taboo strong enough that I feel physically nauseous. And of course, Chibimov was supposed to be a dog. And in truth, he looked like one to me at first. How the fuck did that look like a dog to you? But now that I think it through, that kind of thing couldn't be possible. Kabakotori brought him. I don't like how we suddenly start talking about Kotori as Kambe Kotori. Like, full name. I don't like this. I really don't like this. It just doesn't fit right for me. I feel even more sick. And on top of that, my head is starting to hurt. My entire being is telling me to stop thinking. It's true, I'm not that weak. Monsters. I can do anything about my nausea. I feel bile rise up my throat. I rush to the toilet. I kinda don't get this. Like, he realized that Chibimov is a mammoth. Why this made him sick? Obviously Kotori had a secret. And she's been hiding the fact. But how is that enough for Kotaro to like freak out like this? What do you think? Can you let me know in the comments what you think about this? I, to be honest, don't see a reason for Kotaro to be that freaked out. Kotori brought him, yeah, and Mammoth was are monsters, I guess. But it doesn't mean like she's like evil or something. She just brought him in and like Chibimov helped you, like he's tamed basically by Kotori. Like, I don't know, I don't think like he should freak out like this. This is kind of weird to me. Maybe he just like associate just like mammoth with monsters, monsters with cloaked guys, and since Kotori had mammoth, that means Kotori is evil? Is that his thought process? That's kind of dumb. I mean, we kind of did similar thing for Akane, I guess. But Akane is literally walking in the cloak. So yeah, that's kind of different. But still, she helped us too. Anyway, I don't think like that's the case for Kotori. I don't know why Kotaro freaking out that much. Thank God the water is still running. I knew it. While ago in the back of my mind. Kotori controls monsters. She controls Chibimov. One thing that helped you a lot with like zero evil intentions ever. And she might not even be like fully aware what that is. She literally needed a book, like she literally needed a tons of books to figure out what the fuck this thing is probably. So it's not like, you know, it was always with her and she knew like exactly what to do with this. She probably found Chibimov somewhere. And thought it's a dog at the first. She's like the most innocent being here. How can you doubt Kotori? God damn it, Kotaro. I so don't agree with Kotaro on this level. I so do not agree with Kotaro on this. I'm totally detached from his thoughts here. And she's a denizen of the forest. What? She's probably dead right now. In a place that proved to be a turning point of my life. Just my intuition, but I have absolute confidence that that's the case. Transferring schools was a lie. Kabukitori is doing something deep in the forest. Okay, I can agree with this. I guess. Because, like, it's been weird that, like, they, like, transfer schools. Hunting rifle is no more, so hunting rifle can be used to hunt animals, so defending the forest. So she knows something about what is going on, but I don't think she's with the cloaked people. She could be like just grabbed into this by accident, just because she found Chibimov or something and learned about monsters because of Chibimov, and that's what like drove her into like the occult thing, and that made her a target for the people in cloak or something. I don't know. But still weird situation. We need more info. Can't figure it out exactly what is happening yet. Campo Kotori is doing something deep, yeah. She's been going there since she was little. Yeah, we've been like in the forest searching for Kotori multiple times already. Before. It may be growing right there in our backyard, but doesn't change the fact that it's extremely dangerous. She must know its geography perfectly. Nah, that can't be. That forest is too large, and you can't use phone inside of it. I packed an orientating kit, but I'm not sure if it will do any good. From what I've heard, not even compass or transceivers work there. She must have had some unusual help to traverse it. I mean, she had like shit tons of books about geography and stuff, so instead of like, you know, using compasses and stuff like this, she probably just like looks on like where's the moss on trees, shadows, stuff like this, you know, all like geographical stuff to find her way out or something. For example, something like Chibimov. I guess it depends how familiar Chibimov is with the forest. But yeah, okay, can buy it. I almost died in that forest once. It was about a year or two ago. Okay. My memories at the time are still vague. But I can definitely recall the woman with ribbons. Wait, didn't you say that we didn't save the spirit ghost? But now you remember, now Kotaro remembers the literally the spirit girl. What? You can definitely recall one with ribbons. I almost died in the forest. Okay. So did Kotaro save someone from the tree house? Got very badly injured, almost died. Kotori gave first aid, him the first aid. Maybe she's been with him there. Maybe he saved Kotori. But also he remembered the woman with the ribbons, so she was there as well. So he literally saved either Kotori or the spirit girl. One of the two. Ah. What happened to the girl I was trying to save? Huh? Wasn't Kotori there too? Yeah, we remember, like, this was like fragmented memory, but I think like the injury that he had, that she saved him, it was like actually from this accident when he saved someone. Like, we can connect this to this one, everything to this one spot. This is weird. How many people were there? I suppose that's what happens when you injure your brain. Everything in my head is scrambled. It would probably be more efficient to just find her and ask. Okay. The forest is dominated by darkness, as dense as the deep sea. A normal person wouldn't even be able to walk in these conditions. But with my enhanced senses, it's not that big of a deal. The faint moonlight is enough to make the scenery almost wittish to me. At the moment, my eyes are like night vision goggles, and I can hear all sorts of sounds if I focus. My skin has grown more sensitive too. If I passed my fingertip into a pile of sesame seeds, I could count them, by touch alone. I will be able to enter the forest at night without these powers. I'm sure I'll be able to find Kamba Kotori in the direction my senses are pointing. I so hate that, like, we are calling Kotori full name, Kamba Kotori. I so do not like this. This episode is kinda pain for me. There's so many things I don't like about Kotaro in this episode. There's so many things I don't like about him. That said, I still don't understand what's the big deal is with her parents. Yeah, that's like bringing some concerns. What happened to them? They were apparently the ones who called the school, so they must know something. In any case, the fastest way is to ask her directly. And I also want to sort out my own feelings. I still can't help but think of Kamba Kotori as a stranger. Yeah. Because of the another accident apparently that he had few days ago in the forest. I so don't like this that we call Kotori Kamba Kotori, but I get that he feel about her as the stranger. It pains me. I hear the rustling of leaves. I slow down to avoid giving myself away. It came from pretty far away. Whatever it was, it couldn't have noticed me yet. I slowly approached the source. Finally, my eyes make out the reddish shadow. Okay. It's a small silhouette. Okay. It's a monster. It looks like a small animal. But it could be a monster. Yeah. Are we in normal forest or not? I approach carefully. Has it noticed me? Oh, I deploy the wrist blade in the smallest size I can manage. I make it no bigger than my army knife. I haven't cut my wrist, so it takes a bit for it to become usable. But before it can turn solid, a shadowy form jumps out of the tall grass. Just a rabbit, okay. It seems like I've already reached the area of the forest where animals reside. It looked reddish because it's emanating heat. What? I'm like human thermal scope. What the fuck? Since when that happened? Yay! Good job. I'm not sure how happy I am about that. I'm scared of drifting too far away from humanity. Yep. And sadly we had to power up because of the goddamn dragon. I'm very curious what would happen if I like never use my powers during the like common road or something. Would we be like here, let's say? Could something change with the dragon? Or what if I would use powers all the time? Would it be like higher? Would that change anything? I'm so curious about the system. I will try different approaches in the future, like replays. After walking for a while, I climb a nearby tree and confirm my location. A city glimmers in the distance behind me. The mixed white and red colors make it look like a Charlander. In other words, it's full of humans and light. Okay, in contrast, ahead of me in the distance, I can see an area that emanates faint green light. The same kind color as my aurora. Okay, the same place as I saw before. There are many things I don't understand. Ah. But all of the mysteries and secrets seems to have been a lot more intertwined than I assumed. I feel like I will learn everything if I reach that light. I noticed a wooden slab half buried in the ground. I try pulling it out. Okay, we just obtained bear slab. Sure, why not? That was random. It looked like a bear. Not a real bear, more like teddy bear, like the kind girls adore. It looks new. Its surface still smooth. I've seen something like this before. The mammoth. I'm sure it was made by the same person. So Kotori made this? Why would Kotori made this and like bury it? Or she gave it to someone and someone buried it. A giraffe is up? What the hell? How many of these? They seriously look like animal cookies. There's probably more of this in the area. Hippopotamus. I'm impressed I can actually find such small things in the dark. Is this a coincidence? Why we're finding these? Okay, like snake, owl, fox, dog, cat. They weren't all buried together, but I just wanted to summarize my findings. Are they like creating some path, symbol on the ground? Like, is this a circle? Or are you like walking towards something like, you know, like having a path with candies? This is so weird. My pockets are full of animals now. It looks like I'm in a zoo. The slabs are buried in consistent intervals, painting an arc. An arc, you say? So it is like a circle then, because you just like got some of them. So you probably, if you like still going in the same arc, that you probably would make a circle. Interesting. The looks of it, they must be make a circle around a pretty much large area. Okay, just said that. So since the mammoth that we got from Kotori been like strong enough to like stop the spirit girl, basically, I guess, kinda. Does that mean like this area was supposed to be like safe from her or from something else? And we just broke the circle and like anything evil can just enter whenever they want? Did we just fuck something up? It's all... if all of those possess anti-supernatural properties, there must be a meaning behind this. Yeah, you just kind of fucked up the barrier apparently. I might have destroyed the barrier or something. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I just said it. Oh crap, she's gonna be angry. But I don't remember when each was buried anymore, so I can't return them. I have no choice but to find her and confess. With that, I began walking towards what I think is the center of the area. Is there actually Kotori in the middle of it? I mean, this is like pretty good chance, but I find something else lying around. I pick it up. We just obtained human arm. The fuck? I throw it away myself. What the hell? Like actual human arm or like... Oh. Oh, that like actual. I thought like for a second it's carved in like wood. Oh, never mind. There are bodies, real bodies lying around all over the bushes. What? And Kotori is supposed to be here? Okay, what the fuck? None of them seems to have met peaceful ends. They are torn to pieces, covered in blood, their internal organs are splattered all over the place. A body that lacks its torso, as though scooped out by the giant spoon. What? A body with no arms or legs that looks like it was blown apart by the bomb. Body severed in two. Body that was torn into so many pieces, it reminds me of the disassembled puzzle. I doubt I could even count how many different people's bodies contributed to the scene of carnage. Or was the circle... Oh, wait. Oh, wait, this barrier. It wasn't supposed to keep things out of this area. It was supposed to keep the things inside of the area. Oh, we just released some fucking evil being outside. Oh shit, that's bad. Trying my best not to look at any of the brutality directly, I approached one body that looks relatively intact. It's dead? Upon closer inspection, I realized that it has multiple small holes in its head and torso. There's no doubt that's the cause of death, okay? I mean, the dragon could stab. These look like something I'd expect from the green dragon. Yeah. From the looks of it, some time has passed since they were killed. It's cold out, but I can still smell rot. Bugs. I thought I saw the ground shift, but it appears to be a spine-tingling number of maggots squirming around. Blood and other liquids must have accumulated in that area. Blech. I ran into actual dead bodies. Yeah, I already knew this was serious, but damn. Is Kambekotori involved in this? Stop calling her Kambekotori. I know you don't remember her very well, but you have seen subconscious that you she's important to you. You have this in your subconsciousness. We know. You goddammit said this before yourself. The pain. The air suddenly warms up as I pass through a specific point. Okay, I'm here. This part of the forest feels like it's stuck in the springtime, despite it being November. Okay. The place where I was injured was exactly like this one too. Like this too. Okay. Oh! Hello. You in the area surrounded with wooden slabs and around dead bodies. I don't know what to think. Did Kotori tricked you to enter this area and sealed you off so you can't visit us anymore or something? What is happening? And here you are. You did walk off into the forest after all. In that accident, you were standing there back then too. Okay, wait. Wait, did you in the comments just lie to me? I mean, yeah, I'm okay, maybe not lied, sorry. I mean, I made a mistake on reading that part, but ultimately it seems I was correct. That accident, you were standing there back then too, so we can still assume that he saved her. Or Kotori, because Kotori's been there too, saving his life, apparently. And maybe actually, yeah, maybe it was actually saving maybe Kotori. Okay, let's just read. Either Kotori or her. He saved one of these two, I think. You are looking down on me. The ribbon woman doesn't approach me. Maybe because of all of the animal slabs in my pockets. In fact, she retreats when I try stepping towards her. Are you unable to speak? Could you tell me how you are connected to us? Why are you following me? Is it related to the accident? Nothing, huh? Is Kambekotori here? There's no way to communicate if I can get closer. I drop the animal slabs at my feet. As soon as I do it, the ribbon woman stops, trying to avoid me. You're not a ghost, are you? I mean, she pretty much kinda is a ghost. I mean, she was like flying in the forest and like in the sky and disappearing. So, yeah. If so, then I've got nothing to be afraid anymore. I approach her. The woman's face is still emotionless. She's not normal person. She's some kind of ghost or something. I mean, she like disappeared in the sky. What normal human can do this? Just like I described before, a human shape, nothing inside. Its behavior appears completely instinctual, like that of the insect. As though she's exposing the fact that she has no soul. I reached out my fingers to touch the woman. Oh? What happened? All of my senses let out a scream. Above me, an alarm rings on top of my head. I jump sideways without even looking. I continue to roll until I'm sure my body is concealed by dark bushes. It's like I push a dodge roll button in the game or something. I glance at the place I was standing just a few moments ago. A long stick is standing there. Okay, like a freshly bloomed plant stem. It descended from the sky like lightning. If my senses hadn't reacted, I would have been impaled from the top of my head to my crotch. Wait, it wasn't a stick, it was the absorption tube. God fucking damn it, the dragon is here. A straw-like mouth organ that launched like an arrow. The thing I had traumatized by and was scared of the most of this entire world. Yep. A green dragon appears just like that. Apparently, yes. And you know what? I think we'll leave this for the next episode. I wanted to leave like slightly before because I was not sure if we were going to have some dialogue or something, but I think like we can leave the action scene with the dragon for the like separate episode, and like aftermath of this probably I expect some crazy stuff happens because, well, dragon, and we just met with the spirit girl with ribbons. Not sure how to call her yet, but yeah, thanks for watching. Seems like we got some clues about Kotori. We're trying to find her. Who knows, maybe we'll find her next episode. We'll see. And also interesting that this dragon been like attacking us and it like ignored the girl probably. I mean, isn't she like his enemy too? I mean, she helped us before, right? Anyway, that's it for this episode. Comments are yours. Leave up a like if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you'd like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thanks once again, and for our Pocket Watch, let's go out.